Do you know how many times I sang that in my not car? I love it. Dedicated to intentional, inclusive opportunities for everyone, 16 Tech is uplifting the community by providing resources that foster engagement and elevate the talent here in Indianapolis.
And they're getting an upgrade. Here to explain more about what's new with 16 Tech is Nita Ansari. Welcome, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, and Cody knows this, 16 Tech is like one of my favorite places. I feel like I'm there all the time. For anybody who has not been to 16 Tech, you're missing out.
Yes.
What's happening at 16 Tech?
Lots happening. So we've got a food hall that most people know about. We do the Winter Farmers Market there. 16 Tech is also the tech and innovation hub for Indianapolis, right? We've got about 50 acres that we're developing out. We've got a co-working space, Machine, the maker space. I think you've had them on the show before. And that's just what's happening in the innovation and entrepreneurial ecosystem, which is where I get the most involved. Well, what's also exciting is the food hall, the community events that we have there, street team that we leverage as well. So
I love that.
Nita, when you're there, one of the things that I was thinking about this literally the other day because I went over to our friend's Taste of Nova to get some wings.
Listen, at this point, the AMP has become Tasty Takeout Junior. Yes.
But what I love is that whole area is very West Coast vibe. It feels like a very Silicon Valley type of situation. Is that kind of the hope, is that continues to develop and that more businesses move in and more things continue to develop there?
Yeah, I love that. What we're trying to do is build an ecosystem, right? So the ecosystem has a number of ingredients. We've got startups, founders, tech, manufacturing, advanced materials. Indiana has, is prime for verticals like that, right? Clean tech, advanced materials, agriculture, advanced manufacturing. So we've got that side of the ecosystem. Then we've got the helpers, right? We've got the legal teams, the financial teams, the fractional innovation teams that help them get connected to the resources they need. So, yeah.
I love that so much. You know what I love about 16 Tech in the AMP? It really does provide a space, for such a beautiful, colorful community. I mean, here it is. You're right off of Indiana Avenue, right? And you're like, okay. Then you just kind of roll up on it and you're like, okay, like there's something kind of cool here. Talk about just the sense of community that this really allows us to have in a really cool part of town.
Yeah, the space itself is quite flexible, right? So you can host a small team meeting there, 5 people, all the way up to almost 1,000, right? That flexibility allows us to meet where you guys are, right? Where you, the ecosystem, where you, the community, where you, the neighbors are. So we're able to flex pretty well based on the need.
Man, that's so cool.
Talk about this street team and what it is and why it got started.
Yeah, so 16 Tech's located in the historic Riverside neighborhood, and we feel very strongly that the neighbors make the community, right? And in order, as we expand, we want to make sure that the neighbors' voices and the community's voices are heard. We need to be able to meet, like I said, meet them where they're at. So the street team is a group of 5 individuals that rotate out every year and are able to attend they're local residents, right, of the Riverside District. They attend neighborhood meetings, town councils, things like that, and are able to communicate and serve as liaisons between 16 Tech and the community. So really, really crucial role for us to keep an ear to the ground to what the neighbors need, and conversely give neighbors a voice.
It's so funny. We were talking about this earlier. You lived in lots of cities. We both have lived, honestly, all of us have lived in lots of cities, about a dozen amongst us all. And you know that there's a lot of cities that don't have spaces like this. So, 10 years from now, what is your hope that 16 Tech will allow our community to be able to do?
We hope that we'll have a thriving ecosystem, for one that other states and other cities look towards as a model. We're currently a member of the Global Institute of Innovation Districts, so that gives us representation, right? Something to look forward to and aspire to, but eventually I hope that we will be aspired to.
Yes, I love that. Trendsetters.
Absolutely.
We like to see it.
Nita,
of course.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes. Look, we don't need a reason to go to the AMP at 16 Tech. If you want to find out a little bit more information, just head over to allindiana.tv.